Hello everybody! Today let me show you how we can control your cost of BigQuery using DBT. To start, I have my model here, dim activities, and if I do estimate cost for BigQuery, this has shown me that this query will process 12 megabytes of data. It is not so much a big table, but if you run this every hour, for example, or even every 10 minutes sometimes, this can be very costly. I have a very similar table in here, which is called dim activity partition. This is just an example on how you can save money. You can partition your query, which reduces the amount of data that will process for each execution. In this case, I actually have the same final CT here, a very similar activity, but a completely different configuration of the table itself. Let's go through them. One thing that we did change in here is that the configuration, instead of table, it's incremental. This means it's an incremental model. But this is not enough. I need to define which type of incremental model I want to use it. And for BigQuery itself, it's called Insert Overwrite. For all the data warehouses can be delete insert or other types of incremental strategy. But this is the Insert Overwrite for BigQuery, which uses the partitions. Thus, I need to define my partitions, and my partitioning is here is a column, which is this column here, called date, which is a date type. And the partitions in here is the partitions to replace, which are these two partitions called current date and then the current date -1. I am overwriting the last two partitions, the current date and the previous date. Another trick is to reduce the amount of data you also read from your source. In this case, I'm also reducing a amount of data of the source Postgres activity by using the same variable of partitions to replace from here. The same thing, right? But instead of 12 megabytes, now by changing these partitions, I can estimate my query, my cost for BigQuery in this case, and this table is actually processing 18 kilobytes in each execution. So this is a huge save if you do this every 10 minutes, every hour, or something like that. I really recommend you to take a look at this. There's also other types of saving cost. For example, you can use cluster, or you can use different type of incremental models as well. This is one that I've been using for a very long time, and it is very useful. I really recommend you to take a look at it. See you in the next video.